Hey everybody, it's Dave coming to you from the backyard. It's here along Pack Creek, Pacific Creek again, just like we did a couple days ago. So what I want to do today is the second half of the amazing cigar review. We'll get to that in a minute. So today is Monday. It's about 1 p.m. It's about 50 degrees. It's going to be the high today. This is transition day for here in Wyoming. Yesterday was fall. Today's transition. Tonight brings in winter. It will be winter tomorrow morning. So if you guys watched my first cigar video, you saw a much different sky. It was crystal clear, 60 degrees, slight breeze. Today we got clouds moving in. It's going to get real cloudy today. And we got a bit more of a breeze, a bit more of a bite to the breeze. You can definitely feel the change has already started. So anyway, just a nice little intro, and let's talk about the cigar for a minute. Okay, so just a little background. If you didn't watch the first video, which you probably should, right? Just back up a couple videos. It's not that far back. Um, so Padron and Fuente decided to do a joint venture, a 40 cigar box, 20 cigars each. The last one I smoked was the Padron honoring Fuente. This one is the Fuente honoring Padron. I'll just maybe show you a better picture of that later. Anyway, this one comes fully wrapped in its own sleeve. And then it's got a like a velvet ribbon wrapped around that. So this one's even fancier than the last one. So I'll also remind you that these 40 cigar boxes are about $7,200. That's $7,200 a box. These sticks are about $180 each. And I told you that the last one was probably the nicest cigar I've ever smoked, and that I did not think it was worth $200, only because I don't think any cigar is worth $200. It's just not the kind of life I live where you spend that kind of money on a cigar. So, I feel like my $25 to $50 cigars are kind of expensive, but they are fully adequate for what I expect out of a cigar. And just like in the last video, I got Sasha running around, sloshing around, so you're going to see her. She's going to bump the camera occasionally. It's just something we're going to have to live with on the video. So it's part of having a wilderness dog out here. So I'm going to go and pull the foot wrapper off. I'm going to pull the cedar wrapper off. It's got a little piece of tape on it. Of course, I don't want to get my knife out, so we'll just tear it up. Oh wait, it's going to slide right off for me. So there's the BDS full cigar. I have done a flat cut off the top. And as I did the other day, we're going to light it with my Bic lighter, because at least it's not the pink one. My Bic lighter, because Bic lighters work out here in the wind. So I'm going to go ahead and fire her up, and I'll come back in a minute. All right, I got her lit. I had to burn some grass. I had to light some grass on fire to get it to burn. It's gone from slightly breezy to a little windy out here. Yeah, I got about a 10, 12 mile an hour wind coming now. So after 10 minutes with this cigar, I would tell you that my idiot palate, the two cigars are exactly the same. Now, neither company, Padron nor Fuente, would release anything about this cigar. So the wrapper, the binder, the filler, there's no information on it. They did that on purpose. But I feel like they shared it with each other, and they said, let's both make the same cigar with the same ingredients, but each in our own factories. And because this tastes exactly the same medium minus, and a slight spiciness on the retrohale that's quite good. I mean, it tastes great. And the retrohale is nice and spicy. In fact, it'll burn you if you're not careful. But it is precisely how I described the Padron version. So Yeah, so I'm smoking the Fuente version today, but I feel like it is the exact same cigar as the Padron version the other day. I don't think she'll care how cold it gets out here. She's going to want to get in the water. Ranger's the exact same way. Sure does taste good. It's burning pretty good for being in the wind. You know, talk about the stupidest place for a guy to review a cigar of this magnitude is out in the wind, out on the creek. But I don't know, it seems like the Wyoming thing to do. Hey, one thing we haven't talked about much on this channel is, you know, I tell you I trade every day. I trade every morning. Every morning the market's open. I spend a few hours in the market. My main expertise is in agricultural futures. I trade 7 markets. But corn, soybeans, and wheat are 3 of they're in my wheelhouse. And I'll tell you, our farming community, the farmers, the people who put seeds in the dirt and grow crops, I mean, actual farmers, are really hurting. Their community is in a full-blown economic recession, nearing crisis. The prices that farmers are getting for what we call the row crops, that's those 3, corn, soybeans, and wheat, are approaching contract lows and nearing all-time lows. You know, and that's not counting inflation. That's just doing straight dollar comparison. So as everything else gets more expensive, including tractors and planters and seed drillers and harvesters, storage is getting more expensive. All that comes out of the farmer's pocket. And so meanwhile, while their product crashes in price, everything they have to do to provide for it is going up in price, including fertilizer too. So it's really a double jeopardy for them. And now the Mississippi's at restrictive levels. I mean, it's so low that you can't put a full barge down the Mississippi right now. I believe they measured at Memphis, and I think it's approaching 10 feet below normal. So barge traffic now, barge costs are quite a bit more than they were a month or 2 ago. So the client is going to pay what they pay, and more of that has to go towards barge transportation fees and less to the farmer. So that's just another way that this weather that we've had in the U.S., this dry, almost drought-like conditions, is hurting the farmer. So I just wanted to just sort of a shout out, just point that out, that the people who are actually farming in our country are really hurting. And the irony is not lost on me. They're smoking a $200 cigar sitting at the Grand Tetons at my house up here in the middle of Grand Teton National Park, and I'm talking about how much the farmers are hurting. So just in case anybody wanted to bring that up, I'll preempt you and say I get it. So one duty out here that I've never had before in my life is I got to put out snow poles. So to mark the circle driveway in front of my house, and then about a quarter mile out to off my property, it takes about 100 poles. So I got all those in the ground this morning though. So that was a good thing to get done. All right, here's to keep the snow poles in the corner. This is a box of 100, and I had a few that were here before, so there's probably about 110 snow poles. 6 feet tall. We put them about a foot or 2 in the ground. And today is snow pole day. All right, got snow poles up around the circle driveway here on both sides. Ten feet apart. Mark the front porch, and then pretty much all the way around. And now Gotta move on and do the driveway all the way out to the edge of the property, actually. Got a fair amount of it done. Anyway, pretty much done all the way out to that little tree out there. Lay them on the ground first. It's a riveting life. Following a mountain, man. So as I drive the splitter to the back house, I just thought I'd show you the my snow pole job is done. Both sides. There's 100 poles, but it marks the driveway pretty well. It looks silly right now, but when there's 2 or 3 feet of snow out here, it really makes it easier for my plow guy. So, got it marked literally all the way to the front gate here. Nice job done. And the other thing I got done today is I got the splitter. I ran it drive gas, so all the lines, the engine, the tank, everything's dry now. And so I got it in the guest house stored next to the boat. I got a little video of both the snow poles going up. Yeah, the wind's playing hell with my camera. I got a little video coming up for you of the snow poles going up and the splitter getting towed and put away safely for the winter. And so those are 2 nice things to have done before in case the weather does turn pretty ugly tomorrow. Things you don't want to do outside. Right, guys, we got the beast hitched to the beast. Got a kludgy chain set up. I've got them crossed and underneath, but they are hooked all janky because they won't reach all the way to the hitch because I got one of these Gen Y hitches on it, so it's really big. But good enough to tow around to the back of the guest house, so off we go. All right, guys. Splitter is put away. As snug as a bug in a rug for the winter. We have no weather issues inside here. This is the basement of the guest house. One more thing done. Snow poles are up. Splitter's put away. So I've owned the house 3 years now, so I'm entering my 4th winter here. And one thing I learned was don't wait to put your snow poles out until it snows a little bit. That makes it a real pain in the ass. Even if it's only 3 or 4 or 5 inches of snow, getting them placed in the right place is really hard. You wouldn't believe how different the place looks with a couple inches of snow covering everything, finding the edge of the road or the little fall off that you don't want the bobcat to go down. So I learned last year, have plenty of snow poles and get them out before the snow. So that's why we did it today, in case I wake up with a couple inches of snow on the ground. So there's I'm becoming a grizzled old soul out here, right? 3 years in, 4th winter. That was one of the other things I learned too. That's why I bought a splitter. Don't hand split all your wood. Might sound all manly and mountain man-like, but it'll kill you. I probably hand split 7 cord over the last 2 years, and I'm not splitting the 10 that's laying here, plus probably another 5 laying on the ground still. So that's another lesson learned. So there's 2 on this video. Don't wait to put snow poles out until it snows, and don't try to hand split 15 cords of lumber. That's a nice spice. So Dave informs me, he's the guy who runs Tobacco Row, that I was able to get another box. So he's got another box. A $7,200 box is coming into the store. So I'm going to definitely get that on video when he gets it. I don't know if he'll be here today or not, but it'll go on video because that's amazing that he got 2 boxes. And he's got a great relationship with these cigar providers. I will not be doing this again, but I thought it was cool. So one thing I should talk about is I showed you the hitch. So I showed you the wood splitter hitch to the truck, and I showed you a quick video of the chains. The chains on the are supposed to be crossed from the splitter and put on the hitch of the truck, and the chains are too short for that because I have what's called a Gen Y hitch. That's the brand name, and it's much, much deeper than a regular hitch. And the reason is it has two hydraulic hitch points or pivot points that you have to keep greased. But the Gen Y hitch actually moves up and down, and it takes all that porpoising off the trailer and keeps it off of your truck. So you literally can't feel when you're towing. I mean, it can be a little dangerous if you get distracted and forget that you're towing. But you know, I've towed I've got a 26-foot race trailer, and I've had cars and tires and gear in there many a times, and that thing, a Gen Y hitch, does its job every time. I barely even know that thing, especially with that big F-250 with the dual superchargers on turbochargers on it. Once that Gen Y hitch does its job, and you can really tell it's doing its job. It completely takes out any of that trailer movement. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you what you were looking at. That also means that every time I tow a trailer, I've got to take the chains off it and put on custom built chains. I've got to add another 8 or 9 inches to every chain, because every time you tow, you should cross those chains underneath your hitch. That way, if that thing if the hitch fails, or the tongue fails, or it comes off the ball, it drops not onto the ground where it can flip your trailer, but it drops onto the chains. Hopefully you notice that and don't continue on down the road. But that's why there's chains, and that's why you always cross them underneath the hitch. Hey, look at that, more education today. Just showing you a little of the dog joy. She loves being in the water and pulling on sticks that are in the water. It's one of her favorite things. The one out there in the middle is just making her crazy. She keeps going out to it and trying to pull it. So this is the view you're looking at. I decided to zoom in on. You can see how cloudy it's gotten around the Tetons, and that's kind of where our weather comes from, is from behind the mountains. So you can see that we got real weather coming in this time, which is great. It's time for winter here, and it's time to get this stupid fire all the way out. It's close now, but this next 2 weeks should kill it. So another way you can tell winter's coming is the sun is weak. Even though it's breaking through the clouds and it's putting a little sun on my back, it's weak. Almost no warmth. Almost no warmth in it, even though it's out a little bit right now. So definitely getting to be winter here. It hasn't ashed yet, so you know that's a well-made cigar. Look at that, holding on to it. So one of the comments made, I think it came from Jonathan, said, look how clear this creek is. Look how clear the water is. There must be fish in it. Yeah, Pat Creek, Pacific Creek is famous for its fly fishing. A lot of browns, a lot of rainbows. It's great fly fishing, absolutely. In fact, I'm going to do something that you should not do. I'm going to stick this camera underwater and let you see what it actually looks like. I do it twice, so I'm going to go ahead and show you those videos now. Don't try this at home. I'm a professional idiot. Yeah, do what I say, not what I do, right? Pretty fabulous cigar, by the way. Alright guys, so here's a really nice pool. It'd be great for fishing if I was fishing today. Nice pool on Pat Creek. I'm gonna dive you into the pool. Don't try this at home. I am a professional. Well, hopefully that worked. So it's been kind of nice. I've been here 5 weeks. 5 weeks yesterday. I got 3 weeks to go, but I've seen kind of the last couple of weeks of summer, and I've seen fall. And now winter's coming, so all in the same 5 weeks. So by the time I've been here 8 weeks, I'll see really 3 of the seasons: into summer, all fall, and the beginning of winter. So, but guys, I'm 2 strikes against me. I'm a morning guy. I love early mornings. I love getting up at 5 in the morning, 7 days a week. I'm best from 5 in the morning till noon, and I love winter. You know, I like all 4 seasons, but I love winter. And I know I watch a lot of your videos, and a lot of you guys, I'm not ready for this weather. I can't stand this weather. I can't wait for spring or next summer. Boy, that sure makes the next 4 or 5 months pretty hard. But anyway, I love it. So there's the intelligence in Sandy, the man before you. Look at that. It's an amazing experience the wilderness in my house right there, in my truck right there, and 30 minutes from being downtown Jackson. It's pretty cool. Normally weather like this, you wouldn't want to sit here and watch it just roll in on top of you, but I'm a 5-minute walk from the house. So as I get ready to peel the first band off of here, I'll tell you, this is right up at the other one. It's the best cigar I've ever smoked. If this were Spinal Tap, it would be an 11. And how did Ferris Bueller say it? If you have the means, I highly recommend them. It's an honor. I really appreciate Dave making this available to me, the pair. And I appreciate him asking me to do a review of them. Boy, that wind is cold. Holy smokes. It's probably dropped 5 or 10 degrees while I was sat out here. Again, the other one and the pair of this and this are both the best cigars I've ever smoked. And I'll probably never smoke another one. Because, as with the other one on my other review, I'll tell you, I don't believe cigars are worth $200. I don't care how good they are. You know, it's like trying to buy a Veyron. It's $2 million. One of the best cars ever made, and it'd be a pleasure to own one. But $2 million, cars aren't worth $2 million. Now, there are lots of people on the planet who disagree with me and scramble to get these. Dave's got a customer that smoked something like 40 pairs of these things. So, you know, essentially he spent $7,000 on these. So just here in my own world, you know, one step away, you know, from my people I know, one ring out from that, there's a guy that smoked a whole box of these. So lots of people are going to disagree with me. But I'm a 1%er, and I would not spend this kind of money on cigars. It's great. Truly great. Oh, the spice on the retro hell. Almost burned myself on that one. For that lighter wrapper to produce that kind of spice is pretty amazing. Now I realize it probably comes from the binder and the fillers, but What a great smoke. Like I said, medium minus is not in your face. It's smooth. The smoothest set of cigars I've ever smoked. It's smooth, it's tasty, and if you want a little bit of spice, if you want it a little bit in your face, you can make it do that. And you're watching me smoke the last one I'll ever smoke. How's that for a juxtaposition? Hey, there's a big word. How cool that Truck and Piper, Doug, got to hook up with Central Cal Dave, man, that's awesome. And Southern Cal Piper, and what, Jason? I mean, Doug, you're killing it, man. Way to use your truck routes to meet people, man. And my hat's off to you. Here, literally, my hat's off to you, buddy. Meetups are crazy good. I mean, I can't believe how good of friends that some of you and I are just from commenting on each other's videos. And some of us have moved into a textual relationship, not sexual, a textual relationship. No dick pics. And some of us have moved beyond that to actually meeting. Johnny, your meetup at your house was fantastic. Got to meet Ethan. My relationship with Sean, Ghost Cobb. I mean, my relationship with him has blossomed a lot. In fact, I think he and his family might come out and visit next year. That'd be good. I've met Taylor, his daughter. I've met his son-in-law, Brad. I've met their 2 little kids. Pretty cool. All on here, all by, Facebook, FaceTiming. And the guy at the top of this is my buddy Potter Piper. Father Brian and I. Father Brian's been out here with me. We've met 2 or 3 times back east. You know, what amazing. Face meetups really do take the relationship to the next level. Greg, I've got to meet you. You know, you're drivable from me, so we'll make it work sometime. At least in my life, it's rare for a 60-year-old man to make a bunch of new friends. You know, the friends I had in Maryland, the wind's really playing havoc. You know, kind of have gone away on me. One died to get away from me. What the hell does that say about me? But another one moved away. Another one's drifted away. But here I've met a group of guys. I mean, I think there's 18 of us. 10 of us are pretty good friends now. But there's a circle of about 18 guys that meet at the lounge. You know, really become pretty good friends. It's pretty crazy and that's only 2 years that I've been going there. So that's pretty cool. And then the relationships I have with you, this community, I never expected it. I mean, I'm coming up on a year. I'm about a week away from 1 year on YouTube. And, what an amazing experience it's been. So thank you to you, and thank you to the guys. I know some of the guys from this lounge watch me now. So, Dave and Mark and, it's scary when you do this because you can mess it up. But John and Pete and Aaron, I mean, just the number of people I've met and become friends with have been truly a blessing over the last couple of years. So thank you to both sets of my new friends. Well, thank you guys. The wind's picking up. It's gotten probably dropped 10 degrees. I'm actually a little bit frozen sitting here. I'm going to end this. Again, I'm going to say the pair, I can't tell them apart. If you'd pulled the bands off, I couldn't have told them apart. The 2 best sticks I've ever smoked, and I'll probably never do it again. I'll say it again. I don't think cigars are worth $200 a pop. Certainly not $7 grand a box. But Dave, thank you, buddy. You made this possible. And that's it, you guys. Talk to you on the next one, probably tomorrow. Bye, you guys.